I was blessed a long time ago to invest my money the right way and, put what you think about me. I don't care what you say about me. You're not in the position that I'm in.
Terence Crawford is done entertaining Floyd Mayweather's jabs. After Floyd dismissed Crawford's victory as undeserved and even leaked a private sparring clip, Crawford revealed that Floyd owes him money and should quit pretending he's wealthy. According to Crawford, the debt stands at roughly $31 million, money dating back to the early stages of their relationship. This comes just as Floyd fell into another of his recurring financial troubles, being sued in Vegas for failing to pay for his cars only days ago. To Crawford, this is Floyd searching for online validation, even while his finances may not be what he claims.
I couldn't choose a better guy for the job.
He's gonna make you hundreds of millions, you said?
Hundreds of millions, it sounds good, but we're in the billionaires club.
The lawsuit that triggered Crawford's response was filed less than 10 days ago in Clark County District Court, outlining an uncomfortable picture for the ex-champion. Mayweather Promotions LLC appeared in the complaint alongside Floyd, with Vegas Auto Gallery claiming he bought 4 luxury vehicles worth over $2 million on July 3. The cars included a 2018 Mercedes-Maybach, a 2023 Ferrari, a 2023 Porsche, and a 2025 McLaren. Records show Mayweather issued 2 checks, one for $1.6 million and another for $650,000, only to later order the dealership not to deposit them.
They did some shady practices. So this is a response to their lawsuit that he bought 4 cars in the amount of $2.3 million back in July. And one of the cars was $1.2 million, which was a 2018 special edition Maybach. I don't know, something really, really fancy. Very.
Instead, he flaunted the purchase on Instagram, showcasing the cars to his 29 million followers. The dealership argues Floyd never planned to keep them, but used them as props to boost the Money Mayweather persona. Ultimately, Floyd returned 3 of the cars and agreed to keep the Maybach under a settlement valued at $1.2 million. The issue is, he still never paid.
Options. I got about 100 cars, but right here, we like to call this the Sweet 16.
By signing the settlement, Floyd and Mayweather Promotions confessed to judgment. That meant acknowledging beforehand that they owed the money and could not contest the agreement if they defaulted. Yet despite such an airtight deal, the dealership claims Floyd missed several deadlines, even after receiving an extension. Attorney Michael Cristalli, representing Vegas Auto Gallery, was blunt. Our filing is clear. Despite Mr. Mayweather purchasing the vehicles, issuing checks, and signing agreements, he refused to pay for the cars.
$5 million. That's an incredible amount of money. And then they go, that's true, but you owe 50 more. And he's just like, that can't be right.
This kind of allegation is nothing new around Mayweather. Over the years, many businesses have accused him of late payments or refusing outright to cover goods and services. From unpaid wages at his now-closed Las Vegas strip club, Pearl Collection, to disputes with jewelers and event promoters, Floyd has repeatedly faced the same pattern. The man who flashes wealth also repeatedly lands in debt battles.
I mean, dang, Floyd Money Mayweather. Man, wow, y'all around here getting Rolexes, not paying for them. Man, y'all got stacks of money, owing jewelers money. Man, how y'all around here, man, getting millions of dollars in all this jewelry and leaving 200?
That is where Crawford's statements come in. His claim that Floyd owes him around $31 million is not without background. While Crawford's side has avoided details, the context suggests a few possibilities. He may be referring to earnings lost from never landing a fight with Mayweather. When Floyd retired in 2017, Crawford was rising in the pound-for-pound rankings, already a unified champion at 140 pounds and on his way to welterweight dominance. A Mayweather-Crawford fight then would have been a massive draw, likely generating hundreds of millions in pay-per-view sales.
I know life is hard, I know life is expensive, but come on dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants.
Another angle is possible business outside the ring. Mayweather's promotion has tied into numerous fighters, shows, and ventures. Disputes over unpaid percentages, marketing splits, or promotional duties are long-standing in boxing. What makes this sharper is the culture of sparring videos. Crawford spoke after a private Floyd sparring clip began circulating. In boxing, sparring is sacred. What happens in the gym is rarely meant for the public. Fighters test themselves against champions privately, but leaking footage is considered a serious breach of trust.
Man is getting ready. Super Bowl weekend, Las Vegas. We had to get the wins. Make it rain. I need everybody. That girl collection, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the Super Bowl, or whoever win or lose, it don't matter. I need everybody there. Girl collection.
The irony is that Floyd built his image on two foundations: unbeaten records and untouchable wealth. 50-0 and the money team have become his trademarks. To now see him buried in lawsuits over bounced checks and unpaid cars undermines that brand. And Crawford, having just become undisputed in 3 divisions, the only man in the 4-belt era to achieve it, has the standing to call him out.
So the money's really gone.
Yeah, that's what you think. It's get the money, spend the money.
All that money.
And it's been 2 years.
So is it just his overhead is so high on a day-to-day, month-to-month? Like
I don't even want to talk about it. Like with the lifestyle, that money's gone. Trust me. Now it's like you call him, he'll be at.
The Vegas Auto Gallery filings show how fragile the Money Mayweather persona looks under legal scrutiny. Court records say Floyd not only failed to pay but also slandered the dealership publicly, telling millions of followers to stay away. The dealer claims those posts brought threats from Floyd's fans. For the business, it's not only unpaid money but also reputational harm. For Floyd, it's a struggle both in the courts and on social media, trying to win publicly what he is losing privately.
And about the whole 50 Cent story, you gotta hear
accusations that Floyd Mayweather has unpaid debts with fellow athletes. A widely known allegation comes from rapper 50 Cent, who accused Floyd of cheating him out of $2 million during his jail sentence.
Then are we talking over $2 million?
It's about that.
Oh, okay.
At that point, it was, invested in.
All right.
So look, he goes, when he finally does bring up that.
Crawford, by contrast, has handled money strategically. He cut ties with Top Rank after long disputes, bet on himself against Errol Spence Jr., and profited from a career-defining victory. Now, as undisputed in 3 divisions, he stands at the sport's peak, financially secure on his own terms. When he criticizes Floyd, it's not only as a rival, but as someone who sees himself as Mayweather's successor in legacy and independence.
We're gonna get to it. What's up? We're gonna get to it. International with it.
Meanwhile, Floyd's attorneys are pushing to turn the car dispute around, accusing the dealership of fraud by withholding paperwork such as the odometer certification. But legal experts already dismiss that countersuit as weak, with Cristalli labeling it frivolous and absurd. It only highlights Floyd's greatest problem. His legal counterattacks are far less convincing than the growing evidence that he simply failed to pay.
I believe in building generational wealth. Even like when my children, all 4 of my children are adults. And I told them, no more handouts. Because I feel like I'm hurting my children just by, I give them money, they go shopping, they put gas in their car, they party, they come back, I need money. I give them money, I buy them houses, I buy them cars. I told them, listen, you guys go to school or you work in one of my business.
With financial and legal troubles piling up, Crawford also blasted Floyd for saying his Canelo fight was easy because Canelo was finished. Crawford insists he had a precise strategy, even influenced by Mayweather's own style. The key, Crawford told Inside the Ring, was rooted in study. He examined how Floyd outclassed Alvarez with evasive defense. He studied Dimitri Bivol's discipline that neutralized him completely. He even noted lapses in Alvarez's bout with William Skull when limited mobility betrayed him. To Crawford, the plan was obvious. "I knew I'd beat him," he said flatly. "Whenever Canelo met a style like mine, he struggled. I had all those tools and more."
The fight where Crawford made it where Canelo, to have any chance, he had to go get close, so he had to go through a bad neighborhood.
Yep.
And Crawford mugged him. It's that simple. He had to go through a bad neighborhood to get anything done, to get to the place that something was going to be done good.
Yeah.
And he got mugged going through that neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Well, if I think about it, if I do come back, can you?
Despite the grand stage, the fight began under muted expectations. Most believed Alvarez's size and power would finish things well before the last bell. Canelo tried to assert his strength early, but quickly ran into airtight defense. Crawford blocked, slipped, and countered patiently. His punches weren't flashy, but they were steady and effective. Even as the rounds went on, Crawford insisted Alvarez's power never truly felt decisive. "There's never been a formula to beat Terence Crawford," he said. "So, I knew I had a good chance of winning." While the crowd waited for Canelo's eruption, Crawford quietly built a masterclass in precision. As the late rounds arrived, his corner gave one last warning. "They're not going to give it to you."
Shout outs to Crawford. You did it, boy. You did it. For those who still aren't quite sure what they witnessed last night, I'm going to let you know that you witnessed what is called a notorious boxing clinic. This is everything done right. Okay? First,
Crawford answered by pressing harder, lifting the pace and dominating the last two rounds. When the final bell rang, the judges confirmed what was already clear. The win pushed Crawford's record to 42-0 with 31 knockouts, placing him on a historic pedestal. The first fighter to unify all four major belts in 3 separate divisions. The last man to hold such dominance was Henry Armstrong in 1938, when undisputed carried a different meaning.
When I set my sights on doing something, and I know what I'm capable of, it's not like a surprise to me. It's a surprise to y'all because y'all didn't believe me. You know, but for me, I knew I could do it, and I believed that I could do it. I just needed the opportunity.
Terence, when did you know that you were gonna...
Yet in the aftermath, Crawford spoke with indifference. "I don't feel anything special. It was meant to be," he said calmly, as though greatness were natural. That perhaps is the most striking piece of his story. Crawford never saw the fight as impossible, but as inevitable, the product of preparation, study, and conviction. But now attention has turned to Floyd. Crawford dismissed Floyd's attempts to downplay his win, reminding that Floyd has his own troubles. After all, it is Floyd dragged to court over unpaid luxury cars and Floyd now chasing big-name events again. For Crawford, the criticism is hollow because Mayweather himself seems back in the ring for reasons beyond legacy.
See, I think that for me, I watch defense as much as I watch offense. So, yeah, like I thought, like watching Bud catch those shots off his glove.
He looked amazing.
So amazing.
Yeah, he looked good.
Yeah. He'd go to a body and he'd catch that and come up with an uppercut. You know, just all those things that seem...
He looked great.
Yeah, I've never seen anybody do that ever.
No one has, yeah.
Mayweather has already signed to face heavyweight legend Mike Tyson next year. It is billed as an exhibition, but the timing is telling. Floyd is fresh from lawsuits in Las Vegas, including a $1.2 million debt ruling from Vegas Auto Gallery. With that looming, another high-profile payday fits the same pattern critics have pointed out for years. What's more, Floyd has now opened the door to something even bigger, a Manny Pacquiao rematch. He admitted in an interview that talks are underway, and though nothing is signed, the possibility is being seriously explored.
We getting ready.
Pacquiao's advisor, Sean Gibbons, confirmed Manny's interest, noting they had signed with PBC and Al Heyman in 2019 aiming for Mayweather or Pacquiao too. At that time, Floyd walked away. When Pacquiao beat Adrian Broner and later Keith Thurman, Floyd quickly distanced himself, even leaving before the decision was read in the Thurman fight. That rematch never came, and Pacquiao eventually retired after losing to Yadenis Ugas. Now Pacquiao has returned.
You would even fight him today?
Even here.
Oh my goodness. Tell me about that fight a little bit. Being in there with Floyd being in there with you, like what was the experience like being there? In the ring, fighting him finally?
It's good, but despite all those things, but then after the fight, right after the fight, I went to the hospital and got operated with my
Yeah, you got an operation, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember you posted a picture of
Really hurt.
Was he better?
He recently fought Mario Barrios. And though the result went against him, he showed enough to convince his team he still has more to give. According to Gibbons, Pacquiao's drive is not just financial, but also historic. At 46, he still wants to set new marks, testing himself against the younger generation and proving his worth again. Only Floyd knows, Gibbons said when asked about a rematch. Manny is always available if it makes dollars and makes sense.
I don't think I thought I won the fight. Like, I throw a lot of punches, even though he's moving around. Like, I can imagine why I lost the fight.
Okay, Manny, wrapping this up, I got to ask you, because we talked about this Mayweather-Pacquiao. Do we see a rematch if you win on Saturday, Manny?
I don't know, just one at a time. Let's talk about that after the fight.
All right. Well,
Floyd's response has been coy but revealing. He told TMZ Sports, "There's been talks. There's been talks. It's possible. We just don't know. But as of right now, everything is going great, and I feel good. Working hard every day, and I can't wait for 2026." That statement speaks for itself. Floyd has not fought professionally since 2017. Yet here he is openly discussing a return for a fight certain to generate massive revenue. For a man facing multi-million-dollar lawsuits, the logic is simple. Fight nights bring in fast money.
Why not Floyd Mayweather? Why isn't he in the top 5?
Floyd Mayweather, he's running the whole 12 rounds and he won the fight.
Manny, who are the top 5 fighters you ever fought, you think?
Morales.
It is no accident his exhibition opponent is Mike Tyson. Tyson, 59, has already come back for a headline-grabbing bout with Jake Paul. Even in defeat, the event delivered attention and revenue. Pairing Floyd with Tyson is less about competition and more about spectacle. At this point, both men are trading on their names, and the draw rests in curiosity, not competitive balance.
It was just talks and rumors all the time about potentially Manny Pacquiao and the Mayweather 2. Was there any truth to that, or is that still kind of up in the air of maybe potentially happening?
It's up to him. If he come out to retirement, we'll have a Mayweather Pacquiao 2.
Would you do an exhibition with him, or would you potentially entertain an exhibition with someone like maybe a Conor McGregor?
No, I don't like exhibition. If Mayweather is my opponent, I don't like exhibition. Like, I want a fight. Like, there's a decision.
The same logic applies to Pacquiao. A rematch a decade after their first meeting would not crown pound-for-pound supremacy. Instead, it would function as a financial vehicle, pulling in nostalgia-driven pay-per-view sales. For Floyd, the appeal is obvious. He can secure massive sums while dictating pace in terms of the fight. And for Pacquiao, it is one more chance to settle unfinished business and write another chapter into his historic career.
It sounds like Manny's coming back December 13th.
December 13th?
I think so. Who in your gym do you have that could fight him right now?
I like Rollies.
What about him and Ryan?
Ryan's huge. That would be a good pay-per-view.
Him and Tank?
Tank would be huge pay-per-view.
And
so that's what he's going after.
Floyd rematch is big too, I think.
That would be huge.
Who wins the rematch?
I think Floyd, but
why?
It could be him.
Behind these headlines sits the reality of Floyd's finances. The lawsuits in Las Vegas cut straight through the image he has pushed for decades. The dealership claims he never planned to pay for the cars, only to flaunt them on social media. Court filings show he signed a confession of judgment and then failed to honor it. That chain of events has left him exposed to legal enforcement while further damaging the Money Mayweather persona.
Everybody keep asking me, why you not coming back to fight? Why you not coming back to fight? So I look at the fight game, I said, okay. I said, fighters fighting, they make 3 million, 4 million, 6 million, 7 million. Some may make 10 or 20 million. But I'm doing exhibitions and I'm making 20, 25 million, 100 million for exhibition.
Faced with those conditions, returning to the ring becomes the most natural move according to Crawford. Besides, it is what Floyd knows. His career has been defined by turning boxing into huge paydays, carefully picking opponents to maximize financial reward while limiting risk. That instinct hasn't changed. At 48, with his perfect record intact, Floyd views the Tyson exhibition and possible Pacquiao rematch as extensions of the same old plan. Chase the biggest possible check under circumstances he controls.
Pacquiao, he used to be with you for many years. He had a terrific performance. A lot of people want to see him fight again. Do you see him and Floyd fighting again? What did you think of his performance?
I don't think that's really a fight that'll get that much interest anymore. There's a lot of welterweights around, a lot of people that Manny can fight. Maybe he does a rematch. You know, at 46 with a layoff, I thought.
For Crawford, this explains why he has no patience for Floyd's criticism. While Floyd dismisses his victory over Canelo as easy, Crawford insists on reality. He fought Alvarez when the fight mattered, followed a specific plan, and achieved history. Floyd, meanwhile, is pursuing exhibitions, trying to cash in his name while dodging legal scrutiny. Crawford's answer was blunt because he sees the contrast clearly. He is still building legacy, while Floyd is still chasing paydays. And with lawsuits piling up, that chase looks less like a choice and more like necessity. What do you think?